Hello everyone, welcome back. Today, I know some of you have been waiting for this, so we're going to do all of the V-class Ferry horns on piano. So we're going to start as usual, we're going to turn the piano on, go to the oboe setting, turn the volume all the way up, and turn off touch response so it's nice and loud. And I'll get right into it. So, first V-class Ferry was the Queen of Victoria, which used to be named City of Victoria, but was renamed to Queen of Victoria. Her horn is simple. It's just an E minor. So E, G, and B. So that's Queen of Victoria's horn. Queen of Vancouver's horn is a bit different. All of the most of the original V-class ferries had horns centered around E major or E minor in Victoria's case. But Queen of Vancouver had an E flat major, so instead of E, A flat, and B, it was E flat, G, and B flat. And her pull cord horn would start with the G and B flat, and then the pitch bend would go down a bit, and then the E flat would come in. So playing Queen of Vancouver's horn on piano with the pitch bend looks like this. Next up, we have the Queen of Saanich. Also, I forgot to mention about the Vancouver is her horn, or her original name was City of Vancouver, but again was renamed to Queen of Vancouver. So, Queen of Saanich is a two-tone horn instead of a three-tone. Unlike Victoria, who had an E minor, Queen of Saanich has an E with a minor second, which is just an E minor without the B, so E and G. And it would start, pitch bend down a bit, come back up, and then the G would hang on a bit longer after the E would cut out. So, Queen of Saanich's horn on piano looks like this. Next up, we have the Queen of Esquimalt. Her horn starts out as an F with a major third, so F and A. And then pitch down a bit, and then it'd stay there, and then that's the Esquimalt's horn. So, Queen of Esquimalt's horn on piano looks like this. Next up, we have the Queen of Nanaimo. Queen of Nanaimo's horn is interesting. We'll be doing our pull cord horn in this case. So it starts out with E and B. So E with a perfect fifth. And then it'd stay like that for a few seconds, and then the A flat would come in, making it an E major. And then it would pitch down a bit, and like the Saanich, come back up a bit. And then sometimes it would the E would go to an F, making it an F diminished, and then right at the end of the sounding go back to an E major. So, playing Queen of Nanaimo's horn on piano looks like this. Next up, we have not only my favorite ship in the V-class, but my favorite ship in the entire world, the Queen of New Westminster. She's the only V-class ferry still in service, and the only V-class ferry that hasn't been scrapped. I know the Burnaby hasn't been scrapped, but she was a Burnaby class in the end. So her horn is supposed to be an E diminished. So E, G, and B flat. But right now, her KM250, which plays her B flat, is starting as a B flat, but then pitch bending to B. So, as for her button horn, it's kind of like this. As for her pull chord, you can start out with a B, but pitch it down so it's a B flat, and then let go of the pitch bend, so this becomes a B, and then bring in the E and then the G, because her pull chord is supposed to sound like this. But then this pitch bends to a B. So, playing Queen of New Westminster's horn on piano looks like this. And last but not least, we have the Queen of Burnaby. So her horn was an E major, like some of the other ones, except when VC Ferry sold her to the company that renamed her Royal Victorian and then Princess Marguerite III, in whatever year, I'll put it on screen, they turned off her E, which was a Airchime KM165, so it just sounded A flat with a minor second, so A flat and B, and it was pitch bent down a little bit. So playing Queen of Burnaby's horn on piano looks like this. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm not entirely sure what class I'll do next. Maybe the C class or something like that. But yeah, once again, thank you all for watching. And I will see you all next time.